Hi, it's Linda at Let Me Crochet Knit. I'm going to do the first video in a series showing you how to make a vintage crocheted lace tablecloth. And what we use crochet cotton, and we're actually going to use a 2.10 millimeter crochet hook. I don't know if you can see that or not right now. That's what we're going to be using. I'm going to be using crochet cotton here. Okay, now what we're actually going to do, we're actually going to make a slip knot. So we're just going to go here. Pull it, make your slip knot. Then what you're going to do, pull that tight, but not too tight. You're going to do chain 6. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you're going to join it, so you're going to slip stitch in the first chain. So you can join it together and make it a circle. Watch that thread there though, because we don't want that going in there. Not yet anyway. Okay, now we are going to chain 3, and this does count as a double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do 2 more double crochet in the ring. So yarn over, and you gotta make sure you get that little hole in the ring there, and you're gonna put it through that middle hole. You gotta make sure you're getting the middle hole though. Put it in through there. Okay, and you're going to chain 2 here. And that's your 3 double. Now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and you're going to do chain 2 rather. Sorry about that. That should have just been 2. We're already on the first round here. Then we're going to do 3 more double. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to chain 2 and do 3 more. Then you're going to chain 2 and do 3 more in that same space. And then you're going to chain 2 and you're going to slip into the top of the chain 3 that's in the beginning of the round. Slip through there. Okay, now this round, what you're going to do, you're going to slip into that chain 2 space there. So you're going to slip stitch across there. So in this one and the next one. And right in that chain space, you're going to do a slip knot, or slip stitch rather. Okay, now, in the chain 3 space, you're going to make your shell. So you're going to do 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. You're going to chain 3 first, like we always start off. That counts as your first double. And you're going to do 2 more there in that same space. So that's going to be your 3 double. Then you're going to chain 2 and make 3 more double in there. 1. No, we can't do that. 1. 2. 3. Now you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to do 3 double, chain 2 and 3 double in the next space. It's the chain 2 space of your shell. 3 double, chain 2, and 3 more double. Okay, and after you do that shell, then you're going to chain 3 again. And you're going to do 3 double, chain 2, and 3 double in the chain 2 space, or in the shell. Chain 3 again. And do your 3 double, chain 2, and 3 double in your chain 2 space. And then you're going to chain 3 when you're done with that. And you're going to slip stitch until the top chain, into the top chain of your chain 3 starting chain. So and you're just going to slip into the top there, right in here. You're just going to slip that in. Like we do whatever you round. Now you're going to slip right into that first chain 2 space right here. So you got to slip. in there, slip in there, and slip into your chain 3 space there, your chain 2 space I should say. Now you're going to chain 3 like we always do at the beginning of the rounds. 1, 2, 3, and you make 2 double there. 2 more double, that make you 3 double. Chain 2 and 3 more double. Okay, and you're going to chain 3 now when you get them that shell done. So you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to double into that chain 3 loop, just in the loop. You're going to chain 2, and double in the loop again. That's going to make like a little V-stitch. Then you chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're just going to go into that chain space, and you're going to do your 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. That's 3. Then you go 1, 2. That's your 3 there. You chain 2 and you're going to do 3 more on this side. Then chain 3. Now chain 3. And do your double in that chain 3 loop there between the 2 shells. So you're going to do a double, chain 2 and a double in that space. Another double in that chain 3 space. That's going to make like a little V stitch. And then you're going to chain 3. And you're going to double. And you do that all the way around. And when you finish that round, let's see what I got here. Yeah. Okay, so this is what we're going to make. We're going to make these squares like this. Okay, so if I measure this, it's going to be 7 inches that way, and it should also be 7 inches this way, and it is. Okay. So that's 7 inches. Now, we're on this row right here, where we first put our V-stitch in there. That's the row that we're on right now. Now, for the tablecloth that I made, I had to make 30 of those. Then, you get those all done. So I'm going to go through the first part of it with you today. When they get those all done, then what we got to do, we got to finish our pineapples. So we got to break the yarn and finish the pineapples. And I'll show you one finished pineapple here, and you'll see what we're doing. Now you don't necessarily have to make a tablecloth with it. You can make a doily or join 4 of them together, 4 of these squares together. See the squares? And make doilies. So what we're going to do, we're going to go right up to the second row of the chain 3 circles in the pineapple, and we're going to break the yarn, which is we done here. See this here? We went right up. There's like, right here, there's 2 rows. Take that out of the way so you can see. There's 2 circle rows. There's this first row and the next row. Okay, that's where we break the yarn up, and we got to finish the pineapple. So these are the start of the pineapple here. See there? And there. And there's 4 of them. And we got to finish the 4 of them so that we can make a square. And when we make the square like this, Okay, it's going to be, your pineapples are going to come out like that. It's going to be jaggedy like this. So then we actually have to finish the 30 of them off, finish the pineapples all off. Then we join them together. And we have to join them with a chain stitch from this loop, these loops all the way across. Now, this here particular pineapple square that I have is 12 inches wide. So it's a 12-inch square, 12 by 12 by 12. So I made 30 of those. Then I got to join them all together, and then we just put an edging on it. And that makes the tablecloth. Now, if you wanted to, you could just take one like this and just put an edging on it. You could use it as a doily, or you can join two together or four together and make like a square. Or you can join them together in a row, like on top of each other like this. One there, and then there'd be one here. And you can make a runner for your table. There's all kinds of different things that you can actually do with this particular pattern. So, we're going to continue on where we left off. Okay, so we're in the chain two space. So we got to make 3 double in there. So we have one, there's 2. And this is number 3. Then we chain 2. And then we're going to do 3 more in that same space, 3 more double. One, 2, 3. Okay, so that's your 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. Then you're going to chain 3. And you're going to do a double in that chain 3 space between the shells. So you do a double in here. Oh, that's not right. Right now. And chain 2. And you're going to do another double in that same chain 3 space. And that's going to make your little V-stitch. Like that. Then you chain 3. And you're going to do 3 double, chain 2, 3 double. There's your 3 double, and chain 2, and do 3 more in that same chain 2 space. Okay, so we have our 4 shells. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Now we got to chain 3 and do our little V-stitch there in that chain 3 space here. So we chain 3 here, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do our double in the chain 3 space between the shells. See? And we're going to chain 2, and double again in that same space. That makes your V. Now we're to the end. So we're going to chain 3, and we're just going to slip stitch in the top of that first chain that we made. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're just going to slip stitch in there. Okay, there we go there. And there's our start. Now we got to slip stitch into that chain 2 space in the shell. Slip stitch in there, slip in. Okay, now this round we're going to do our chain 3, and that counts as the first double. Now we're going to do 2 more double in that chain 2 space. And chain 2 and 3 more double in that same space. Okay. Now we chain 3 again. And we're going to do our, okay, wait now, where are we at here? Yeah, okay, so this is the other row, yeah, that's right. So we're going to do a double on top of each of these doubles. So a double here, chain 2, or chain 5, and a double here. So here's what we do. double in the first double, and we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to double in the next one, the next double. And then that's going to be like that. Now, I'm going to show you, as you can see here, right here. This is it. We're going to show you now. All right. So this is where we're at. We're on this row, and we're making that 5 chain. And now the next row, we're going to start our pineapple on each one. So we're going to keep going with this. So we're going to do this 3 more times. Okay, so we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do 2 double. Oh no, we're going to do the double in the, 2 double, chain 2, no, 3 double, chain 2 and 3 double in the shell space here. There's 1, 2, 1 more, then you're going to chain 2, and you're going to do 3 more. Oh, wait now. Okay, then you're going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to double in the top of the first double. Chain 5, and double in that next one. That's part of the V-stitch in the row below. That's another one done now. Chain 3 again. And 3 double, chain 2 and 3 double in the chain 2 space in the shell. So it's 3 double. chain 2 and 3 more double. Let's just chain 2, not chain 3 there. Chain 2 there. And 3 more double in the same space here. Then you're going to chain 3. And you're going to double in the chain, the double in your V-stitch. Then you're going to chain 5. And you're going to double in the next double that's in that V. Okay, you're going to chain 3 again here. And you're going to double in that chain 2 space between the shells. Right here. There you're going to put chain 3, 3 double, chain 2 and 3 double, and then you're going to chain 3, and you're going to do a double in this chain, double in the double, and you chain 5 and double in the next one. Okay, and we're coming to the end now, so you're going to chain 3. Probably done that wrong, because that's the end of it. When you chain 3 there, that's the end. So we have to slip stitch into the 3rd chain on the hook. Slip stitch to the next one. And slip in the corner for your next round. There. Now, we got that fur. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and we got 4 more rows to go on this here. And then we'll be at our pineapples, and I'll be able to show you how to put the pineapples on. And then, so we're just going to leave that go. And I'll come back later and I'll finish that off. Have a great day. Bye.